If you let people's perception of you dictate your behavior, you will never grow as a person. But if you leave yourself open to experience, despite what others think, then you will learn and grow.
How many times a day do you find yourself questioning life as it happens in front of you? Are you thinking something like, wow, what did I do to deserve this? Or is it more like, ugh, what did I do to deserve this? I'll tell you the truth. For me, it was the second way. A lot. Like, a lot. I thought my second year of Public Allies was going to be a little easier to manage. It wasn't. I was still anxious, stressed to the max, and feeling so out of place at times. I felt like things were going nowhere, and almost like I was letting myself down. Why did no one ever tell me that teen angst never really goes away? All it did was evolve into this weird place in my life known as my 20s. The fantasy of how I wanted things to go was getting crushed by these new challenges. But you never know how far life will get you just by making it through each day. Now that this 2-year chapter in my life is coming to an end, I'm glad I was challenged. I just wish I would have taken things day by day. Not every day has to be a success. Wouldn't that just get repetitive and boring? I left Buffalo to get away from repetitive and boring. You know, by moving across the country to a state I've never been to, filled with people I've never met. Now, I can say that I got to be in the presence of some of the most influential individuals, including Michelle Obama, Condoleezza Rice, our CEO of Public Allies, Jaime Uzeta, and most importantly, my allies. And now I can say I was directly involved in creating a just and equitable society. This year, it was with a team of some of the most competent women I'll ever get to work with. Thanks to their hard work, the Thunderbirds will give back $14 million to the community this year, so our wonderful organizations in the Valley can build out their missions. My favorite memory with my organization was when the Thunderbirds were invited to play a game of basketball with members of the Boys and Girls Club of East Valley Guadalupe branch, also known as Thunderbirds branch. I was on the sidelines with some of the Thunderbirds and members of the organization, and while it was a fun game to watch, I remember focusing more on the kids' reactions as they were cheering in the bleachers. At one point, this kid walked in who appeared to be in his teens. All of a sudden, a bunch of little kids, with their faces lit up, ran over to give him a hug. They were so happy to see him, and it warmed my heart. That moment reminded me why it's important to keep supporting organizations like the Boys and Girls Club so community members can have the space to make these connections, which is just one element in the toolbox that can lead to improving quality of life in communities. I believe every one of you watching this is capable of overcoming whatever hardships are in your life right now. Accept the challenges and the things that frustrate you because they force you to head in a better direction. If you told me a few years ago that I'd have so much to be proud of and so much to brag about, I wouldn't know whether to hug you or to hit you. I realized my measure of success comes not from what I did, but from who I am now. I am confident, I am resilient, I am thankful, and I am happy. Going after new opportunities and opening up to experiences, good and bad, became part of who I am, thanks to Public Allies. I also realized I'm used to being scared. Because being scared is easy. Getting through the situation isn't. But I've learned that tough situations will get me further than if I never took the opportunity at all.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Life is a big experience, holding many joys. It's funny where we find ourselves with trial and error and what moments become valuable as our lives go on. I still have a ways to go and a lot to overcome, but I wouldn't have made it this far without the support from others, the opportunities that came my way, and making it through each day, not realizing that even the worst days would contribute to my growth that is recognized today. Thank you to Jake and Catherine for being the best mentors I could ask for. Thank you to every team member of Public Allies and the ASU Lodestar Center for believing in me. Thank you to Cheryl, my supervisor, for choosing me to experience working with such a strong and motivated organization. Thank you to my friends and family for all your support. And thank you to every ally I came in contact with. You have truly inspired me in every way possible.
I've been thinking a lot lately about taking chances. And how it's really just about overcoming your fears. Because the truth is, every time you take a big risk in your life, no matter how it ends up, you're always glad you took it.